Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on WYLN News, everyone. I'm Gary Perna in for Paula Degnan. Undercover detectives were watching as a drug deal went down in the area 3rd Street in Garibaldi Court yesterday. The drug dealer identified one of the undercover vehicles and immediately began to flee from the officers, and a foot pursuit ensued. Detectives pursued the dealer and observed him discarding a handgun in a yard. Officers caught up with the alleged dealer and arrested him without any major incident. Police identified the man as 29-year-old Jeffrey Jorge and recovered that weapon and that was discarded, which was a fully loaded Glock handgun. He was charged with possession of a firearm with manufacturer numbers altered, firearm not to be carried without a permit, and possession of a firearm that was prohibited. The Hazleton man that is accused of robbing the same convenience store 5 times and leading police on a high-speed chase reached a plea deal with prosecutors today. 28-year-old John Brogan of West 6th Street in Hazleton reached a deal to plead to 5 counts of robbery and 1 count each of fleeing police, driving under the influence, and resisting arrest. Prosecutors dropped 19 additional counts against Brogan, including charges of aggravated assault and theft. At the request of the defense, Brogan's bail was reduced to $525,000. According to prosecutors, Brogan robbed the Turkey Hill Mini Mart at Route 93 and Airport Beltway on Christmas Day, January 7th, 8th, and 9th. Then Brogan was captured after the store was robbed a 5th time on January 16th. Brogan remains in custody at the Luzerne County Prison. A man from Wilkes-Barre died on Monday at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital after injuries he sustained from a gunshot wound last week. 41-year-old Trevor Oliver was shot in the head after a gunman entered his home on Hunton Street on February 7th. Police were called there to the residence and found Oliver and his girlfriend Vanessa Ballista, who was also shot in the head but survived her injuries. According to Ballista, the suspect knocked on the door, entered the home, and opened fire on the couple. The case is still under investigation. No charges have been filed at this time. A crash Tuesday night in West Penn Township seriously injured a woman. The head-on crash happened along Route 309 in West Penn Township just before 10 p.m. The reports say the woman, who crossed all 4 lanes of Route 309, collided with the northbound tractor trailer. The woman was trapped in the wreckage before being freed by West Penn Township firefighters. The rig sustained heavy damage, ripping apart the fuel tank and several wheels. The operator of the tractor trailer was not injured in the incident. West Penn Township police are still investigating. A Hazel Township man accused of attempted murder is on trial this week. The prosecution alleged that 60-year-old George Salata shot Michael Gauntz near Locust and 20th Streets on January 23rd back in 2017. Salata and the victim have said to have been arguing over a woman. Gauntz sustained deafness in his right ear, loss of balance, and permanent scarring from the shooting. Salata claims that he is innocent and is expected to testify on his own behalf during the trial. The Hazleton Area School District's preliminary budget was passed last night by 5 school board members that attended the meeting. The preliminary budget right now has raised taxes for Luzerne County residents, but business manager Bob Krzansky said, "Don't panic, it's still early."
It is required by PDE to do one of 2 things. If you're going to try to qualify for the exceptions, you need to pass a preliminary budget showing that that money is needed to qualify for it. Otherwise, you pass a resolution saying you're not going to file for the exceptions. So we always take the route of passing the preliminary budget and hoping to qualify for the exceptions.
The index is at 3.4%, and the state typically grants exceptions to allow tax increases beyond the index to cover costs of special education and retirement. If the numbers hold true, Luzerne County residents could see a slight bump in their taxes.
As far as tax increase, we do have one built in there for Luzerne County, a slight increase. Schuylkill County is actually getting a decrease, and Carbon County is staying exactly the same. Again, at this point, it shouldn't get out there at there is a tax increase coming. It is just a requirement we must do in order to qualify for the exceptions. So we have 2 more budgets to pass, the proposed final, which is in May, and we have a final general fund budget in June. Those are the ones where we'll get more into any kind of tax increase or not.
The preliminary budget totals $156.26 million and forecasts a deficit of $6.6 million. The budget will hold a public budget work session on February 27th. Tuesday night, the Crestwood Area School Board voted to approve a preliminary budget as well that calls for a tax increase. The preliminary budget calls for a 3.2% tax increase for the district. Now, that increase is in property tax rates. The increase is slightly above the maximum index amount. The district is applying for an exemption with the state. The tax rate in the preliminary budget is 10.1632 mils. 1 mil is $1 on every $1,000 in property assessment. The preliminary budget for the 2018-19 fiscal year includes $2.2 million in shortfall, with $37 million in revenue and $39 million in expenses. The cost of employee benefits is projected to increase from $9.5 million to $10.5 million. A final budget must be passed by June 30th. Well, coming up on Wyln News, we learn more about a new position within the Hazleton Area School District. Plus, a new campground could be coming to Barnesville. But first, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast on Wyln. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 59. Man, we should break out the shorts. But on Friday, we see some morning showers, a high of 52. The weekend not looking too bad at this point. We'll be right back.
For 4 generations, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been treating their customers like family. Stop in to get the lowest financing options and best service around. Whether you're in need of a Ram pickup with a Snow Dog plow, or have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Tamaqua has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. February is Ram Truck Month. Stop in today. ETA Benefits is a full-service independent insurance agency and employee benefits advisory firm proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania since 1999, specializing in employee health insurance plans, Medicare supplement and prescription drug plans, as well as auto, home life, and business insurance. ETA Benefits is licensed with over 50 carriers, giving them tremendous buying power to find a policy that is best for you. To request a free, no-obligation appointment, call 570-669-5050 or go online to etabenefits.com.
E&R Cycle, located on South Route 309, is now your Textron Off-Road side-by-side ATV dealer. Textron Off-Road is proud of their past and driven by the future to give you the best off-road ATV with power and performance. You can build and price your vehicle. Choose from the basic Stampede to Stampede 4X or the side-by-side Wildcat Trail to the Sport or LTD model. No matter which one you choose, you'll have an ATV that will get the job done. Stop in or call E&R Cycle at 570-455-7430.
The Hazleton Area School District now has an investigator whose sole job is it to make sure that the students that attend the Hazleton Area School District live within the district. This is Dan Gentile. He is the Hazleton Area School District Student Registration Enforcement Officer. His job is to find those students who attend Hazleton Area School District but do not live within the Hazleton Area School District boundaries.
It's very important for Hazleton Area. We want to make sure that all the students are getting what they need for an education, but we want to make sure that they're doing it legally. They're registering with us legally, making sure that they're doing their paperwork legally. It's a big benefit for the district.
Uplinger said the start of this program has been very successful so far.
It's been very successful. We've probably 25, 30 individuals or families that we've looked into and have some different direction for them in moving forward with the district. Yeah. Even in our cyber program, there was one individual that we found that they were living in Florida but was still on the rolls as a Hazleton Area School District student, but we were paying the charter school tuition, cyber program tuition, so we had to make sure that was taken care of.
Gentile works hand in hand with not only school officials, but with community officials too.
Work with a variety of people, other police departments, other agencies, a lot of code enforcement, zoning officers. We gather our information anywhere we can. From interviews of neighbors, we go out, we try to get the whole picture and make sure we're right on track. We don't want to jump the gun on anybody and say, hey, you're living out of the district and they're actually just moved next door.
In only 2 months on the job, the investigator, a retired state police trooper, has identified 30 students who should not have been attending classes in Hazleton area. So what does he do after locating them?
What we do, especially if they come in here to talk to me, we have our resources here such as child accounting, our special education individuals who may help if the child has an IEP or has some special needs. And we work with them through the process, explain what they should do, how they go about it, and offer any assistance we can give them. If we meet with them in their house, it's the same thing. They have our contact numbers. We explain exactly what needs to be done and why. And most people are very receptive once we sit them down and talk to them. Some obviously are upset, but they realize the need to have that child in their home school, basically. So it works out pretty well.
Parents who knowingly register their kids in a school district where they do not reside could face serious penalties, including fines, even jail time, depending on the charges filed against them. For an example, forgery is a felony. Hazel Township supervisors voted to appoint a deputy tax collector at Monday night's township meeting. The move was made after Luzerne County's controller's office found that the elected tax collector Ryan DeCosmo submitted an invalid bond. Michael DeCosmo, the father of Ryan, was named deputy tax collector. Michael served as tax collector for the township up until 2017. Since there is no valid bond on file, the tax bills cannot be printed in Ryan's name. The tax collector resolution will allow Michael to assist his son in the duties. The elected tax collector has until March 15th to file a valid bond. A public hearing will be held to see if the old Lakewood Park could be turned into a campground. The owners of the property, Lauren and Patty Roth, want to use the land to create a camping area with lots, cabins, and a venue building for events. The township will have to hold a hearing since the property is owned residential and it will need to be changed to commercial. No date has been set yet for that public hearing in Ryan Township. Well, this morning, a group of supporters gathered in Berwick to cheer on Jason Turneman as he and his luge partner competed in the Olympics. The group gathered at the Reliance Fire Company to watch the event on a large screen. They even talked with Jason via FaceTime right before the event. However, no Olympic gold this time around for the Berwick native. He and his partner, Matthew Mornston, finished 10th in the double men's luge Wednesday morning. They were in 6th place after the first run, but ended up 0.566 seconds slower than the winning team from Germany. But congratulations to him. Coming up on Haddock's News Choice, our Julia Wiegand takes us to a dance for Valentine's Day in Berwick. Plus, get the details on an event that's going on in Freeland, and I bet you it has a lot to do with some soup. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played, everyone. Stay with us.
The Berger Family Dealerships have joined forces with Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships to bring you the largest liquidation sale ever. We have 30 days to liquidate $10 million in new and pre-owned inventory. This isn't just a sale. This is your opportunity to save thousands. Maximize trade allowance, the biggest discounts, and lowest rates. First come, first serve. Stop and shop or visit us online at BergerFamilyDealerships.com and see for yourself how low we'll go. And only at Berger Family Dealerships in Hazleton, where you'll find the lowest price guaranteed.
For creative cuisine and handcrafted cocktails, visit Four Blooms in Drums.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Hi, I'm Isabella Falvello. Join me for a wonderful new cooking series, Ciao Bella, featured here on WYLN TV 35.
On Wyln, everyone, I'm Gary Perner. We're back here at Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham. We're talking about a Lenten challenge, and Fred's going to explain this all to us. So, in your 200 years of service celebration here at the church, you guys are doing something unique. We're creating some meal packages. So, how does this work, Fred?
Yes, we're going to package 30,000 meals if we raise enough money. We're going to set up an assembly line, and basically volunteers from the church and the community will fill the meal packages, seal them, and get them ready for use. And the neat thing about our event is we've partnered with End Hunger New England, part of the outreach project, and we get to decide where these meals go, and most of the meals will stay local.
Wonderful. So this is a great way to help, neighbors in need. So how does this exactly work? So when you say you package a meal, you think of maybe the MREs that the military would use, or something like that. So what are these?
Well, they're dried meals. One meal will feed 6 people.
Wow.
They're a designed meal that is completely nutritious and also taste good. They're dried meals. They have a shelf life of about 2 years. And the volunteers will be filling the packages with each of the individual ingredients, weighing it, making sure that it's the right weight for the package, and then they'll seal the meal, and then we have people who label it and box it and get it ready for the food pantries and the other places they'll be delivered.
So when will this take place, and how can somebody get involved?
Well, it's going to be Saturday, March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. And if they want to be involved, they can call the church. They can come to the church. We're going to have a sign-up board. We need about 82 volunteers for our morning shift, which is going to run from 9:30 to noon, and we have an afternoon shift, which starts at 1:30 and ends before 4.
Wonderful. So people can get involved, not only members of the church here, but people from the community that want to help out and get involved. And when we're doing this too, you also have to raise some funds to go along with it, and the board behind us kind of shows us where we're at. You have to reach a goal of $7,500. So how is that going so far for you guys?
It's pretty good. We have enough funds to pay for 18,000 meals so far, and the money is still being collected. A quarter feeds someone. That's one of the neat things about these meals. $1 feeds a family of 4.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it makes a big impact.
And if somebody says, I can't come down and help package, but I want to make a donation, how could they do that?
Well, they can send it to the church. They can stop by and donate here or mail it. And we're going to have some other collection sites across the valley. So be on the lookout for those as well.
Wonderful. Well, Fred, thanks so much for filling us in about this and learning all about it. And you want to take part, you can come down here on the 17th and help in the assembly line. They'll be here all day. When you can also stop by and drop a donation off. Maybe if you can't come down and help out yourself, but you want to give back, this is a great way to do it. Thanks for joining us here on Community and You, everyone. We'll catch you next time on WYLN.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Boyer Insurance Agency, 78 Sugarloaf Avenue in Sugarloaf. Quality coverage, competitive rates, discounts, recreational vehicles, boats, campers, and motorcycles. Find the coverage you want at the right price. Call them at 570-788-3543.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Berwick Area High School hosted their annual Valentine's Day dance for special education students from all over the area today. WYLN's Julia Wiegand stopped by this morning to find out all about the great event.
Berwick's special education class was joined by their neighbors Benton, Central Columbia, Southern, Northwest, Bloomsburg, and Danville to dance the day away.
This dance is mainly just for everyone who are in these special education classes to just have fun. They're not able to go to prom, so this is kind of like their prom to them, and it means the most to them.
Berwick Area High School's peer tutoring program, student council, and Interact Club came together to organize and showcase another Valentine's Day dance. Preparations for the dance take up to almost a month.
And it takes a lot of organization and a lot of effort, and I definitely see that between the student council, Interact, and the peer tutoring classes. We all put our full hearts into it.
It's not just these stars that enjoy the fun every year. High school students throughout Berwick see this as a time to give back to the life skills community.
I like to see all the student council and everyone helping out and like dancing with the kids and providing food, and it's really nice.
Kenneth Marshman has helped with this dance all 4 years of his high school career.
It's really nice. It just gives you the warm feeling inside to know you're making a kid's life better, you know what I mean?
Entertainment for the day was Berwick's own swing choir, who performed a bit from their full performance. After everyone was fed, the moment everyone was waiting for finally arrived, announcing of the Valentine's Day dance court and winners. This year's new king and queen, Northwest's Noah Noss took home king, and Berwick's own Abigail Nonchik was rewarded her crown as queen. Everybody joined the two winners on the dance floor to close out the fun day. Reporting from Berwick for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
It's always such a great event to see in Berwick. Organizers of a benefit in Freeland invite everyone to come out to the first of its kind event on the north side. The Freeland American Legion Riders, Post 743, are hosting the first annual Bob Cowboy Hudzik Soup Cook-Off. It's in honor of Bob, who recently passed away. He was a very active member of many veterans organizations.
Mike runs together and whatnot. He passed away, unfortunately, recently, and he was a big fan of soup and cooking himself, so we decided to name this in his memory. So this is going to be a big event for it, and it's going to have a little bit of emotional status for a lot of people.
Soups can be brought in to Freeland American Legion on Sunday, February 18th, by either professional chefs or home cooks.
And you know, being the home chefs and the professional people, caterers and so forth. So we decided to have two categories, one for the home chef, one for the professional. We're going to be giving prizes away. The professionals will be given an award, a plaque, and then the home chef who wins first place by People's Choice will receive a cash prize as well. And I think we're going to break that down into three places for the home people.
The soup entry fee is $10 and $5 to taste to vote.
We're asking everybody to show up and help us out because the monies that we generate go into our coffers. And as you know, the American Legion Riders sponsor different events through the course of the year. In August, we have our big Emilio Ranieri Memorial Bike Run, which the proceeds benefit somebody locally who's suffering from a medical affliction. And we're going to try to generate some funds here to keep in the coffers because we have people that ask us for help from now, and we'd like to have a little bit more available for them.
You can register for the event on the American Legion Riders Post 473 Facebook page at the American Legion on Center Street in Freeland or by calling 570-636-0921. Once again, the event runs from noon until 3 p.m. at 523 Center Street in Freeland. That's the American Legion Post. That is on Sunday, February 18th. Stay with us to look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
WYLN TV 35 and the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 40th Annual Telethon, 40 years of giving so many can go on living. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 24th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the WYLN Studios, 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to watch archived shows and a live stream of our broadcast shows. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. WYLN, we're your local network.
ETA Benefits is a full-service independent insurance agency and employee benefits advisory firm proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania since 1999. Call 570-669-5050 or go online to etabenefits.com.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.